Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl coming at you with another YouTube video. Picked up some goodies at Ulta this weekend that I've been dying to try. If you'd like to see what I picked up, how it worked, was it yay, was it nay, just keep watching. Trip down to Ulta, picked up some things I've been really wanting to try. A lot of things I've been hearing so much good stuff about on YouTube. So for starters, I went and picked up the Maybelline 24HR Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. I also picked up the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder and the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I think I'm most excited about this one because it is supposed to be a dupe Tarte Shape Tape. So definitely want to see how that works out. This is the Makeup Revolution Banana Powder. I've been riding with my RCMA no color powder for the longest time, but figured why not give something else a try. You never know if you might like it. Last thing I got was the Vegas Nay Grand Glamour Lashes by Eyelure. Been really hearing super good things about these lashes, but I've never personally tried them. So we're going to give everything a shot today, give you my personal opinion, and see how these products work out. So I went ahead and prepped my skin off camera so we can get this thing going. I'm going to start off with half the face. That way we can compare sides and see how full coverage this foundation really is. I do have a lot of pigmentation like on my cheeks and freckles, so we'll definitely be able to see how well it covers those. I have heard a lot of mixed reviews that if you use too much, it'll tend to break up or look cakey. So we're going to start with a little bit and work our way up. The one thing that disappoints me about Ulta is that they don't give you samples of foundation. I've definitely learned the hard way. I have so many foundations that I bought that look great in the store. Then you get home or you wear them for so long and it just isn't what you expected. So it's one thing I love about Sephora is that they do give you samples and you can definitely test out the foundation, you know, 1 or 2 times before you actually purchase. The good thing is that this is a drugstore foundation, so it wasn't gonna break my wallet to try it. So I did pick up the color 220 in Natural Beige. I'm really hoping that this matches me well. If not, well, we're gonna have to make it work for today's video. So I'm going to be using a beauty blender. Normally with any foundations, use about a pump and a half to 2 pumps. I love that this foundation comes with a pump. That is so amazing. Makes everything so much easier. A few dots on and then blend it out with the beauty blender. So it does look a little light, but we'll see how it looks once it's blended out. So I still have a lot left on my hand, but I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. It looks pretty yellow for me. And I'm sorry, this is a Morphe blender, not a beauty blender. But it works amazing. So normally, if I haven't done eyeshadow first, I'll go ahead and use foundation and concealer as an eye primer as well. So I didn't go in with too much. So it looks like, I mean, definitely a lot more coverage than this side. Covered all the redness. I can still see my freckles peeking through a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a little more. And that's something I normally do with any foundation. Kind of just go back over some of my freckles. And I'm anxious to see if this foundation oxidizes. So if it's going to change its color as we keep going or if it's going to stay the same. The color's not bad, but like you said, it does have a lot of yellow undertones in it, which I'm a yellow undertone anyways, but a little bit more yellow than I usually prefer. Definitely matte. Skin looks super soft and smooth, so I like that. Not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Just pounce away. Always make sure you're pouncing, not rubbing or dragging. Super important. Almost feels like a satin finish. Matte, but like still really smooth. I actually really like it. Always like to make sure I get into those crevices. So last thing you want is your foundation caking up. In total, I probably used about 2.5 pumps. But I mean, it looks really nice. I want to see how this looks in the end. I might pick up a shade higher and kind of mix the two in between for my perfect shade. So next we're going to go ahead and try the Conceal and Define concealer. Now this was a struggle. When I went into Ulta, they only had one on the shelf and it was actually C3. So I did ask the girl that was helping me. She checked in the back and she did have colors C4 and C5. C4 looked like it had a lot of pink undertone, and then C5 I wasn't sure if it was going to be too light or not, but I was dying to try it, so I picked it up anyways. So let's try this one. So like I mentioned earlier, this is supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, and that's my holy grail. I use it all the time because I know I could depend on it. It's not going to crack, crease. So let's see how this goes. Does have a similar applicator, so I like that. And it's big, so it's going to give you a lot of coverage. Oh, nice. So it is actually really, feels really similar to it. The color is pretty good too. I was really nervous about that. I was really wanting this to work, so I'm glad it's not too light. I'm excited. I mean, I love the the Tarte Shape Tape, but hey, if I can get the similar thing for a little less, who doesn't want to save a buck? So I love to highlight, so I go pretty ham. So let's blend this out. Looking sexy. It blends out really nicely. Look at, like, with no effort at all. I'm really liking this. How exciting. You know how when you really want to try something and you're so excited and anxious and then you get it and it's a total fail and you're just like, really? I was so excited for that. Well, this didn't let me down. Definitely hid those dark circles. This is awesome. If you are a freelancer, definitely recommend these for your kit. And the mixture of this foundation and this concealer are working really well together. So far, so good with these new products. So now to settle that, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I did pick up the color 20 Light Medium. I'm going to go ahead and pour some into the cap and then just apply that to the face. So not very much, just a little there. Morphe E1. Just kind of, and then tap it off. Kind of stamp that into the face. I don't know why this ear is like all red. I don't understand. You guys talking about me? Alright, so it looks pretty smooth. Set all that so we don't get any creasing. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes off camera with my eyeshadow, and then we'll come and do the lashes, and then we'll try that Revoultion powder for baking. So I went ahead and threw some eyeshadow on, and now we're going to go ahead and go in with the lashes. So these lashes were super long, so I did have to trim them, but I really like how it says right and left. A lot of times it could be confusing when you're like, which eye does it go on? But a big tip is usually it'll flare out in the end, and then that's how you can tell which eye it goes on. But I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara on, pop these bad boys on, and see how these are looking. Alright guys, so here are the lashes. They were super easy to put on. I will say though, they are a little like stiff, or they feel like kind of like pokey. I'm used to more of a softer lash, but we'll see. We'll give it a shot, see how it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and put some bronzer on. That way we could get the baking going. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the powder now, and I'm basically going to bake everywhere I put that concealer and let that sit. I'm hoping that this doesn't leave a cast. And the blender is still damp. Alright, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and let this sit while I finish my under eye, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the bake's been sitting about 5 to 7 minutes while I finish my under eye. I'm going to go ahead and dust it off and see what it's like. So underneath the eye seems like it dusted off really nicely. Here it looks like it's going to be a little bit harder to blend, so it's not such a harsh line. I wonder if it's going to give flashback in pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the face, and then I'll be back with a close-up and my thoughts on all these products. Alright, so here is the final look. Now, my thoughts on all the products. As far as the foundation, I really liked how it went on. I feel like if you have dry skin, it might be just a little too matte. You definitely want to make sure your face is hydrated and moisturized because it is definitely matte. I do see where the reviews go that if you put too much, it might seem like it's going to cake up. I don't see many dry spots on my face. Definitely I would try it again. I think I am going to pick up a shade darker and just mix the two just to see if I get a better color combo out of that. I definitely loved this. I think out of everything I got, this is my favorite. This is something I'll definitely be repurchasing, I'm sure, more than once. Worked great. I guess I can say it is a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I was super impressed with this. Now the powder, not too sure if I'm completely sold on this. I'm definitely gonna have to try it a few more times to see if it's something I really like. I do feel like this kind of, either maybe just because the foundation was matte, it kind of dried me out a little bit more. So I'm not too sure. Definitely going to try it again. I'll let you guys know. Or if you use this powder and you have any tips and tricks, let me know. And the lashes as well, like I said, really pretty, really full. They're just kind of stiff. I'm not too much into that, so we'll definitely see with those as well. But thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me any comments down below for any future videos or any things you want me to try out. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.